Alrighty, what's up everybody? The Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel. The man with the plan, the man with the knowledge, the man with the wrestling news, trying to bring it forth to everybody here on YouTube. This video is basically going to be about Dean Ambrose, but before I get to Dean Ambrose, there's been a lot of speculation about, the next couple pay-per-views main events. As we all know, that John Cena again is challenging Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions. And as we all know, this is to obviously add fuel to the fire to the beast, to make the beast look even bigger. Cena, the man who never gives up, going after the beast once again. And the plans, what I have read recently, are that this match may end up being outside interference, whereas Brock Lesnar doesn't win cleanly, but still beats John Cena, and obviously the title remains with Brock Lesnar to set up Hell in a Cell, to where finally the third and final match of this saga will end with a brutal beatdown by Brock Lesnar over John Cena. And of course, this interference at Night of Champions is going to be the lead-in to John Cena's next feud, whatever that may be. So that's what I've been reading thus far. Now, Dean Ambrose. There's been reports that the WWE is not feeling that Dean Ambrose is main event material. Now, I beg to differ with all of this because, when the first time the Shield came out, obviously Dean Ambrose was the leader of the Shield. He was the man on the mic. He was the man that spoke first. He was the man that kept these guys in line, regardless of Seth Rollins stating that he was the leader of the Shield. He was the man who kept everybody together. I don't believe that for 1 minute. It was obviously Dean Ambrose. And for the WWE to think Ambrose is not a main eventer, to me is totally ridiculous. Ambrose is one of those flamboyant wrestlers. When in the ring, you never know what to expect. He's a loose cannon in the ring. He's one of those guys that flies off the handle, and, at a split second, he could do something that will totally shock you. And Dean Ambrose is not a bad wrestler. In my eyes, Dean Ambrose is a very, very good wrestler. In his days at CCW, he did some pretty outrageous and crazy things. And of course, anybody that's watched CCW knows how brutal it is over there. So coming to the WWE is a piece of cake for Dean Ambrose. But we've seen what he's done with Seth Rollins in their feuds. We also seen that the WWE does not want Seth Rollins to look weak. So at SummerSlam, they had Rollins basically, take it to Dean Ambrose. And furthermore, on Monday Night Raw, the main event, where Ambrose got his head smashed into the cinder blocks. They wanted to give him hospitalization, medical attention. Ambrose took off, never to be seen, and obviously this is a storyline because he's leaving for a movie. But if you take all three members of the Shield, Roman Reigns, who probably will be eventually the biggest of the three, they're getting him, they're pretty much preparing him right now for WrestleMania. He needs to add a few more weapons in his arsenal, in his moves. He needs to, keen up that mic skill a little bit more. Seth Rollins already is a good wrestler in the ring. He's got some pretty adequate mic skills as well. But to say that Dean Ambrose is not a main eventer is totally appalling. As in my eyes right now, Dean Ambrose is the best of the three. And Dean Ambrose has amazing mic skills. I mean, this guy he can give it all. And I think it would be totally irresponsible, really, by the WWE not to give Dean Ambrose a push for the belt somewhere along the line. I mean, and the problem right now is they're reluctant to use any members of the Shield right now because Brock Lesnar is champion, and they don't want to, knock the momentum for any members of the Shield. But it it comes a time where you got to realize putting these guys against these big superstars, this is what makes these guys bigger, at what they are. I mean, how do you build a superstar? By having a star go up against a major star. Whether he wins or loses, as long as he puts on a great match, that's really all that matters. And so, in my eyes, if the WWE thinks Dean Ambrose is nowhere near a main eventer, I think they ought to look twice. And I mean, this guy is totally committed to the WWE. And I don't know what you guys think, but Ambrose is fun to watch. He really is, because you never know what to expect from him. I mean, you can have a match going on, and all of a sudden he just flies into the ring, starts beating down on somebody. You never know with Dean Ambrose. I mean, like I said, he's a loose cannon. He's the kind of guy that, he can come into the ring at any time, any place. And I mean, in my eyes, Dean Ambrose could be a major superstar in the WWE, and I'm really truly hoping that they overlook their opinions of what they have on him right now. Although, we all know now they're focusing on the Brock Lesnar, WWE World Heavyweight Championship title reign, and we have all sorts of rumors going into WrestleMania of next year. And then of course without Daniel Bryan, things are a little bit different. It's unfortunate the way things turned out with his injury, because it threw John Cena into the title win, and John Cena is the man who's being demolished by Brock Lesnar, probably in 3 straight pay-per-views, whereas if Daniel Bryan was around, it would have been Daniel Bryan that got demolished by Brock Lesnar. So, take it for what it is, but give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, because I do think Dean Ambrose is one of those guys that one day will hold the WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt. Peace out, everybody. Have yourself a great Friday.